Hey, it's Scott here with the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. We are live. We didn't want to waste a single second. I've got Jason, the mash and drum, on not on set with me, but on screen. How's that?
What's going on, Scott? Dude, thank you for having me on this Outturn. I'm very excited to try these tonight.
Yep. Well, most of my co-workers are at live in-person events tonight. We've got events in Chicago, New York, Miami, I think San Francisco. So a lot of people. Let's see. I'll be interested to see how many people we have watching tonight, because I think we may have quite a few that are out at our in-person events that are getting going again finally.
Well, cheers to getting back in person. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Because this is the first ones since COVID shut everything down.
Yeah.
But real quick, just if you didn't, I introduced you. Say who you are, your channel. I think everybody probably knows you, where to find you.
Yeah, I'm Jason C from the Mash and Drum. You can find me on YouTube, the Mash and Drum. You can find me on Instagram, Mash and Drum as well. Yeah, I do about 3 videos a week. I do my live streams on Wednesday night. I don't know. You can find me doing all sorts of shenanigans. I definitely have a focus on American whiskey, but I've been recently doing some more Scotch episodes, especially. I just did a great Talisker video on kind of an intro to Talisker, which has been one of my favorite distilleries that I've been sipping on. It's one that I always go to, especially around when it's cold out. I don't know why. I just kind of gravitate towards more peated stuff. So there'll definitely be some more. And I've been a member for 2 years of Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, and I love it, man. You just can't get your hands on some of this cask strength stuff, these single casks from all these distilleries. So, what can I say? I'm hooked.
Joel Stover pointed out that I shaved the beard off already, or not already, but shaved it off. I'd kind of been trying to keep it trimmed, and there was about 6 or 8 different lengths of hair in different spots from my trimming mishaps, and and I thought, let's just shave it off and start over. So
I told you to stop. I told you to stop shaving with the Flowbee, and like I have a real razor.
All right, let's get going here. We got 6 to look at. I believe there's 12 that are coming out tomorrow. I do have the list for later.
All right, let's get going.
We're going to start with cask number 35.298, a big bumper bag of buttons.
Bumper bag of buttons.
Which I'm not sure what that tastes like to name this bottle. I can't get it to focus. 7-year-old Speyside from a first fill ex-bourbon barrel, 60.7%, and it's in our juicy oak and vanilla profile. There you go. Here, just a second. Let me highlight you.
There you go. Check out that beauty. All right.
Smells good. I can, as soon as I pop the cork on it, the vanillas, fruits, juice jumping out at me. Got a little juicy fruit.
Oh yeah, this is I totally see the juicy fruit now. And yeah, tons of vanillas. Man. I've had these kind of sitting in the glass for the last about 45 minutes, having them really open up here.
I went through, I've got a little pre-taste in on all of these, so I got a little foresight.
Yeah, I tasted 3 of the 6 so far.
Right, yeah, juicy fruit, a little bit of tropical fruits going on.
I was just going to say, immediately, I got pineapple.
Pineapple?
Yeah.
Plenty of even apples, peaches.
Oh, yeah, peaches for sure.
Citrus. It's a little bit of cinnamon.
Seriously, that's like that's a tropical, really tropical nose. More than I got initially. Kind of laced with that vanilla, a little creme brulee too.
Gregory Cloyd points out that I'm clean shaven and a fresh haircut. Must be gearing up for another road trip. I almost overestimated my capabilities with that road trip.
Yeah, dude, that was nuts, man. You were city driving. I mean, I think you were probably in your car more than you were just like actually, hanging out and out of your car.
George G Cap is asking, what was the distillery date, distillation date? 1st of August, 2013.
Mm-hmm. 7 years, Space Side, first fill ex bourbon, 35.298.
All right, I'm going in on the palate. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks for having me on. Ooh.
Yeah, normal. I mean, just a punch on the palate. ABV and fruits, vanillas, oaks, malt.
Yeah, dude. I got those Whoppers candies. Just like the malty, those malty, like, but not heavy chocolate. It was more like tropical. But man, that malty like creaminess all came through. But yeah, this is really fruity too. I mean, if you guys like fruit forward single malts, this is one to keep an eye out for. Yeah, this is just a punch to the senses, man. I can't get juicy fruit gum out of my head. It's like chewing juicy fruit gum. But I gotta say, it has like a nice little kick of baking spice at the very end. Little cinnamon, little spiciness, like right on the back. It's not overly sweet. It balances out kind of on the very back end of it, which I kind of appreciate. Because I don't like when things are overly sweet.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, unless it's a PX or a Oloroso.
Yeah, unless it's something you expect. So. Ooh, that's nice.
I'm gonna get a drop of water in here because it is pretty hot.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of hot heat to it. I'll add a couple drops here.
A 7-year at that high ABV.
All those back-to-back cask tastings coming up will be tough on sleep and liver enzymes.
Gregory Cloyd. Yep. I'd go there's a little bit of a tobacco, a little bit of a cigar wrapper, maybe. Hints of, not real strong.
I kind of like it a little better with a couple drops of water.
Mm-hmm.
It brought out some darkness to it. It's not as light and fruity. I think you called it. There's just maybe it's the oak, maybe a little like you said, the tobacco. But yeah, all of a sudden a couple drops of water brought out this darker side to it. Just kind of nice.
Yeah. Yep. I didn't realize that was with the water because the tobacco I wasn't getting.
I wasn't. I mean, this was all tropical fruit, juicy fruit, peaches, pineapples, and then now all of a sudden it's like it's like it went Darth Vader on us, went to the dark side. Oh man, I like it better with the water. That's crazy.
And I'll tell you, so there will be a lot of people that would not buy this because it's a 7-year-old. Mm-hmm. And we talk to people and they're like, I want 12 or 15-year-old whiskeys. Some of these 7-year-olds are just phenomenal releases. And before I tasted one, I would have never believed that a 7-year-old whiskey could pack this much, flavor, this much punch to it.
Yeah, I think when you're looking at a 7-year-old, you maybe you expect it to be a little bit more harsh, but not to have so much flavor. This brings both. And I like the fact that you get almost 2 whiskeys in one here, honestly, because it's sweet up front, especially without the water, and then you add it. I'm sorry, water. And
then... Tim Swope was calling you out.
Oh yeah, Tim, I got it. Water. Yeah, sorry, water. And you add a couple drops of water to it, and then it really brings out these darker. It gets like all of a sudden more caramel driven, more oak, a little bit darker, like kind of like a richer, like a Madagascar type vanilla, rather than just like a regular like vanilla extract. It just gets a little bit more woody and dark, and maybe some of that chocolate that I was like picking up later even comes out a little bit too with that tobacco. That's nice. For a 7-year, I dig it.
You can go with just a little bit more water and see here. Yeah, but so this is going to be the youngest one we'll do tonight. We're going to advance in age here.
Yeah, there's some serious.
We've got some good ones.
We got some serious age in here.
Tom took care of us this week.
Yeah, he did. My Lord, when these came, man, I was like, what the hell? What's happening? It's a hell of an outturn.
Yeah, even 2 drops of water now. I'll say 2 dashes because it's a drop of water to me is 2 or 3 little drops. So second dash here, it's really starting to open up and even just become more palatable, more creamy. Marshmallows, toasted marshmallows, those vanilla, citrus notes, a little bit of maltiness, a little bit of toasted maltiness going on. It's good.
I could see the marshmallow in there too, the toasted marshmallow. Yeah. There's this extra little punch of sweetness, but I feel like to me though it lost a little bit of the tropical notes though, right?
I think there were more tropical notes when it was higher on the ABV before the water. But yeah, water did tame those down, but brought out some other stuff.
Brought out some other stuff awesome. I'm gonna finish this one up. What's up, George?
Small sips.
What's up, George Kaplan? Nice to see you, man. All right.
Now we're gonna go. You can see that orange label on there.
We're gonna have to ask about a big bumper bag of buttons and see what that means. How that name came up. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one.
Northwoods Whiskey Nerd says, Scott, you're looking younger. Must have been the comment about being Chad's dad. LOL. Cheers, fellas. No, I think someone said that it was like, was it dad or even grandpa? Someone might have said I was his grandson and grandpa or something.
Oh, geez. That's not cool.
It might have been dad. All right. Yeah. Let's switch up here.
All right.
We are going to colorful and flavorful. So this is cask number 100.27. Colorful and flavorful. 11-year-old Speyside, 55.3% ABV with a double maturation. Initial cask is an ex-bourbon hogshead, and final cask is a first fill ex-Oloroso hogshead. Speaking my language.
This is where I live right here, man. Bourbon and some sherry together. Ooh. And then you can look at how, bring that up and see how dark that is.
Here.
Look at that. I know you guys want to sip right now. Just saying.
Nice color to it.
Yeah. It actually has a nice little haze to it too. So
that is true. I didn't even notice.
Yeah. So it has a little haze to it.
Yep.
That's that non-chill filtered stuff right there, baby.
Woo!
Oh shit. Sorry.
Oh, you're all right.
You can beep that up later.
But Jason said what? Not a strong punch of Oloroso, but it's definitely here. Some darker fruits, cinnamons, nutmegs. Still though, plenty of honeyed.
I was just because I've never gotten such a distinct flavor of honey and dates on the nose on this.
Yeah. Good
like
call.
when you open a fresh thing of dates, man, and you get that first whiff, that's exactly what I'm getting in this glass.
Almost honeyed flowers, a little floral with
some floral to it.
Soaked in honey, cinnamon honey.
Oh man, the cinnamon for sure. Oh my god, it comes off like a like one of those rum-soaked Christmas cakes.
Oh yeah,
yep.
Rich,
very very rich.
Rich and
man, I could smell this all day. This smells amazing. They should make this a perfume for ladies.
All right.
Oh, I can't wait to try this one. Ooh, not as sweet on the palate, and I got way more of the sherry influence on the palate.
Yeah. Leathers and tobaccos.
Yep.
Nice spice. It's spicy. All your baking spices are in there. Some of your dark fruits. Can't pin anything down there yet, but they're in there. Honeyed sweetness, honeyed raspberries, a honey raspberry jam almost.
I could definitely see the raspberry jam. There's another flavor I'm trying to get here. There's a nuttiness to it that I'm trying to pick out too.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like toasted sesame seeds.
Mm-hmm. Nice palate.
That's getting better each time.
Yeah, so rich. Second sip there, definitely soaking in, taking over. All those notes are just fighting each other. Everything, all kinds of stuff going on here.
That's what I mean. Like it really, like for this whiskey, it's gonna, depending on what your palate picks up, this could go many different directions. There's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I like the chocolate. I like the orange that's in here. The raspberry. Tons of honey. Still, man.
Cameron Lochner says, "Dummy and a drummer sipping on a wee dram."
I like that. We should just make a new channel, Dummy and Drummer.
Yeah, this one definitely, even those two small sips, nice finish. It's still going on. This one lingers for a while.
It's got a nice, rich, almost like a carrot cake spiciness to it. It's very rich. It's peppery. A lot of like cinnamon, nutmeg. A lot of those fall spices on the back palate of this one. But man, is it like just super fruit forward in the beginning. But I do like the balance with the, like you said, the leather and the tobacco in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's kind of, we'll just run the gamut of flavors here. This one's all over the place.
Get a little char, a little bit of the barrel char, not much.
I'm going to add
on the nose. I'm getting some toastiness. Could be, well, maybe it's that toasted nut you were.
Maybe that's, that like toasted sesame seed thing I can't get away from.
That came out with water. I added some water. Now
it's I just did that now.
That's coming out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Toasted almonds, not almonds, almost like a macadamia nut or a cashew. A little different.
Oh yeah, macadamia nut's a good call. I was my grandmother used to make this candy when I was growing up, where she would take grapes. She would just take some wine grapes and she would cook them down to the point where they were so syrupy. She would add some sugar to it, cook them down to almost where it was just like a paste. And then she would add actually in toasted sesame seeds. And then what you would do is you mix that together. You add some sliced almonds to it. I think she would add a couple other things. And then she would pour that out on a tray and just let it cool. Once it's solidified, it became like this chewy, like grape wine infused sesame seed candy.
Huh.
And it's just, that's what, I mean, this glass is just taking me back to that. It's crazy.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. It's an Italian candy, and I can't remember what the hell the name of it is. I'll get the recipe. You could probably eat it with some of this.
My first drop of water, I think, helped this. On the nose, it brought out a little bit more, but even on the palate, it really became more same notes, really, but just kind of elevated everything. Almost.
And I think with the water, it became a little bit more direct in the flavors. Nothing's really trying to fight one another now. It's a little bit more like you get some sweet, you get some spice, and you get some of the tobacco and the oak and the age, that barrel char too.
Yeah.
So I like how it's kind of, nothing's like fighting each other anymore. I think the water helped that a little bit.
Yeah, it did. Yep. Kind of toned it down, made everybody shake hands and get along.
That's delicious.
Oh, some fudge brownie right there.
Yeah, I was getting a little chocolate actually without water. Now I'm getting more of the fruit driven aspects here with the water, but in a good way. Those dark fruits are coming out. Yeah. But I love with or without. I'm getting a lot of that spice on the very end of it. That's gonna go fast. Jeez.
Yep, that's a good one for sure.
Nice.
That one is. I didn't It's on the ticker, I guess. This one is available. Of course, these are tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I forget the first one that we did was $95, maybe. Or
Yeah,
$100.
the first one was, I think it was 100 even, 95, something like that.
This one at 120. So this that's a pretty good buy.
How much is this one?
120.
Oh, really? Oh yeah, that's a steal for that one. That's
Very
got that definitely punches above its price point. Just moving bottles here.
Little water here. Get some of that off of my palate before we move on to this next one. Although this one will hold its own.
We're getting into a nice age on this one here coming up, guys.
I'm
not going to say anything. It's all you, Scotty.
You want to introduce it?
All right, you ready, guys? There it is, 17. We're moving into the Society Cast 26.179. Distilled February 27, 2004. This is a Highland First Fill X Bourbon. You're looking into the rich and fruity profile, correct?
Sweet, fruity, and mellow.
Sweet fruity. There you go.
I had to go change my ticker. I had the wrong. I had 26.279 on there, so I had to go change it.
And this one is called Eastern Coastlines.
54.5% ABV. And did you say First Fill X Bourbon Barrel on this?
Yep, First Fill X Bourbon.
A little bit richer golden hue on this one.
Yeah.
For just an X Bourbon Barrel, 17 years is showing in that right there.
Yeah, it's when you're looking at an X Bourbon cask, that has really nice color just for X Bourbon.
Yeah.
Check that out. Really nice.
Malty, cinnamon, citrus, vanillas.
Now, I know this cask happens to be a favorite. Oh, yeah, that's all classic 26, baby. I get that that Crayola crayon note on this.
Really?
That fresh box of crayons?
Yeah. Creating that waxiness.
That waxy Crayola 250 count box of crayons. Yeah, it's definitely malty. All the vanilla starting to kind of punch through though too. Whew, that's nice.
little bready, little doughy, fresh baked bread, citrus orchard fruits.
Yeah, the citrus is punching through more on this, but yeah, it's very yeasty baked bread against all that. Oh, I just picked up a peach coming out of this. Yep, there it is, peach. Kind of in the top, the top area of the glass. Just getting peach.
All right, go in for a taste on this one.
Oh, hell yeah. Lemony, peachy, malty, sweet. Nice little spice too. What are you getting, Scotty?
Yep, everything you just said. Nice cinnamons, little nutmeg, the doughy bread, malty. I'm gonna throw pears in there with you.
Oh, pear. Good call.
With the peaches. Maybe even
like
some
those stewed pears, the what do you call them? The poached pears, cinnamon.
Ooh,
for sure.
Peach and apricot, malty. That first sip of it was really just richer than I remembered or than I had even expected.
Yeah, I didn't expect that type of flavor coming off the nose.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's so creamy on the palate too.
The depth of it, that's what I would have said.
Yeah, depth. There you go.
A lot more depth to it. It's really rich. Those notes are hanging on. Great finish on this one. Probably actually makes it feel like this could be a 20 or a 21-year-old. You know, if you were drinking this blind, the way those tannins are holding on, it's really coming off even a little bit older than 17, I think.
My goodness, I love the finish on this. It just goes and goes. It hangs on, and you still get like there's a finish that could be. There's a difference to me in a finish where it gives you the spice and gives you a little bit of the lingering those baking spices. But this is giving you that, but also it's keeping the flavors that I'm getting in the front of the palate on the back too. So all the pears, the cinnamon, the peach, all of that is still it's going from front to back. Time for a dram. You may need to lift that. You may need to lift that buying ban just for this bottle. Honestly.
Yeah, that's right, Gregor. Gregor.
Gregor. Oh, that's Gregor. There you go.
Yeah. Big Dog says he's talking to Gregor. He says Bart's stash is burgeoning. That's why I had to shave. Bart was outdoing me with that whole handlebar mustache thing he started growing out.
Oh, Bart's got the handlebar going now.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Is he gonna curly cue that shit right in the end?
No. Let's see. Jimmy T asked how many bottles are available.
Yep.
Eastern Coastlines will be 108.
108 of this one.
I just added a couple drops of water. Let's see.
Oh yeah, let's see what that does. I would imagine this one would go fast.
Kind of the same here. Everything kind of melded together a little bit better.
Yeah. Kind of mellowed everything out a little bit. And just like you said, it's kind of made it like one unique note. It's not. At least the nose so far, I like it without the water. Let's try the palate.
Yeah. Nothing else is really jumping out at me with water here, but it kind of everything.
I think it brought the peach and the pear a little bit more forward for me, but it lost it mellowed out that really nice oak tannin spice I was getting initially. But it's in some way though, it made it a little bit creamier. I'm not getting that.
So the first sip with water, I didn't think was as good, but now the second sip with water is maybe just because I got it on my palate, but it's definitely kind of everything, all those same notes, but just kind of stretched out, just kind of extending.
Yeah, somehow it made it creamier to me.
Yeah.
It's sticking to the palate even more with a little couple drops of water, which I've talked to some master distillers and blenders about that, how, people think water will automatically just water it down and thin it out, but that's not the case. And, sometimes where the water could actually make it creamier, which I think is what's happening in this case.
I would almost go, I think we just used raspberries on the last one, but there's almost a little bit of raspberry or strawberry again on the tail end as well. Not as much as the peach and the pear.
Yeah, I guess, it brought those like stone fruits and everything a little more forward with the water for me. Ooh, that's nice. Man, 17 year, 26. Ooh. I agree, Scott. I think it drinks older than it's telling us. Because there's a lot of richness to this.
Yeah.
Especially just for being ex-bourbon.
I'm even going to add just a little bit more water just to see what happens. Because I actually think that first dash of water actually, I think I liked it better. This is very good neat. But that first drop of water, I think I actually preferred it with the water. But let's see what two drops do. This is a great nose. It just comes out of the glass at you. It's one you can nose for a while.
Still keeping that Crayola crayon thing though. I love it.
I've got to pin that down, I guess. Sometimes I'll get the waxiness on the palate.
Dude, next time you open a bottle from this distillery, just get a little box of crayons for night and just kind of go back and forth. Because I didn't believe it either until I actually did it.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Yeah. I mean, maybe it was kind of like your mind just kind of doing association, but I really do think there was something similar there.
Yeah, Kevin Olila was asking the price point on this, $185. And Big Dog says, ladies and gentlemen, we've got quite a copacetic pair of palates here at play here.
Copacetic. That word is way undervalued.
Rob, Whiskey in the Six, just tuned in. What's going on, Rob?
Damn, Rob, where you been, bud?
Him and Jeremy been busy.
Yeah, good to see you guys. John Crowley says, on our way to an in-person tasting.
Yep.
There he goes.
Got a few people out there. We're still doing pretty good. We're over 100 people watching, which is good. That's where we like to be.
Absolutely.
All right, a little bit more water. Let's just see here.
Yeah, what'd it do?
Didn't hurt it. Boy, that's still a nice palate.
What's up, Eric McDaniel? The whiskey cannot be brought down by water, apparently.
No, that one's good. That one's good neat. It's good with a drop. It's good with 2 drops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I think water makes it creamier. It's crazy. There you go, guys. For tomorrow, Eastern. This is launching tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, these will be available.
Eastern Coastlines. Woo! All right. We going to the big dog here?
Big Dog.
All right.
Big Dog, before we get to the green labels, we have another sweet, fruity, and mellow. This one is borderline, though.
Yep.
A 25-year-old cask 112.83 Rara Avis, which means rare item or rare thing. I had to look it up. I was like, what does Rara Avis mean?
It means rare item.
Yep, or rare thing. 25-year Highland double casking. Initial cask is our ex-bourbon hogshead, and second cask is a first fill ex-Sauternes barrique. 52.6%. And really, if you're looking at the scrolling ticker down there, $255.
This is $255?
$255 for a 25-year-old cast strength single malt ex-Sauternes barrique. That's go try to find another 25-year single malt for less than $400 or $500. This is a great buy.
So Sauterne is I think the S is silent, right?
The last one just Sauterne?
I think it's just Sauterne, I think. Somebody called that out to me, but it's a French sweet wine.
See if I can get a focus here on the color. Not bad. Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Nice.
And I believe this was 23 years in the ex-bourbon hogshead and then 2 years in the Sauterne barrique.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! But man, that Sauterne jumps right out at you on the nose. To me, almost confused with a Marsala finish. You get a little funk. You get some sweet, little sulfur.
There's definitely a funk to it. I'm actually getting a little note of like bitter coffee on it.
Okay. I can see that.
Man, I get a lot of malty, like, this is going to sound bad, but it's not bad. Like I'm going like back to the childhood we had the Crayola, the last bottle. This is bringing me back to Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. All the Sauterne, man, just the fruit, the peach, the honey. A lot of peach in these tonight so far.
Yeah. To me, though, the Sauterne really at the front on the nose for just a couple years in that Sauterne Barrique. It's really prevalent on the nose.
Yeah, it did. It did just enough to like
Yeah.
give it that extra something.
52.6%, a little bit lower, but 25 years old, you're going to lose some.
Yeah, 25 years.
And go in on the palate here.
All right, cheers. Oh man. Oh man. I like the palate way better than the palate. Just woo. There's like a sour strawberry raspberry thing going on. Oh. That's good.
Tangy.
It's very tangy. Almost
funky.
like it's like sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah. Funky, almost that dank basement or that dunnage warehouse a little bit as well. Maybe a little bit of sulfur from that Sauterne Barrique or a little bit of funk from that.
Yeah, kind of like that. A little bit of that old barrel funk that you smell. So that old oak.
Amy wants to know what I'm doing to her. The SMWS assumes no liability. That's all I got to say. Jason Coates says, to be fair, he always gets peach on Distillery 112.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's coming out more as it opens up here.
Yeah, this one, I poured a dram the other night, and as it sat there, 20, 30 minutes later, it was really opening up, really transitioning. More of that Sauterne sweetness and those fruits were really coming out on this one.
So I'm getting a lot of strawberry. I don't know why, like strawberry rhubarb pie.
I about said rhubarb earlier when you said that strawberry.
Yeah, right? Like, like rhubarb.
Yeah.
Which is a very distinct note to me. But
very unique, yeah.
Great mind, Scott.
Yeah, this one, buttered brown sugar, like a melt. You melted some butter in a pan. You put some brown sugar, some cinnamon in there with
I like that. I like that thought of like the overdone strawberry rhubarb pie. Where like the crust got a little too burnt. And it's got like that little bit of like funk to it. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would be like everyone's favorite because it has that funk, but man, I am digging it. It's kind of like an old, like you have a dusty bourbon or some of the older scotches where you just get some of that old timey like dinginess to it. It's just, some people don't want to dig it, but I love it.
I think this is pretty reminiscent, though, of other Sauternes casks that I've had. I don't know that this one is definitely or is any different. If you've had a Sauterne finish in the past and you liked it, I imagine you'd like this one.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this one to me is I've had a few Sauterne finishes in bourbon and American whiskey, where the Sauterne was pretty muted. It was just enough to bring out some factors here, and I think that's what it's doing here. It's just kind of lifting some of the other flavors that you're already getting from the distillery.
I think wine caskings and bourbon just have a tough time because bourbon is so wood influence from that new charred oak barrel, and the corn, 51% corn, and you take that strong flavor profile and you try to impart some wine influence on it from a barrel, and it's it's hard for that wine barrel to overpower those bourbon notes.
Totally, and 51% corn that's the minimum. Usually, generally you're looking in the 70s, for what mash bills are, 60s to 70s.
This is Cameron or Northwoods Whiskey Nerds says that funk is what I live for.
There you go.
So this one's for you for sure.
Yeah, dude, the funk is all over this one. It's delicious.
And like I say, This Sauterne and Marsala will bring some of the same notes. And even here, I just think mushrooms, even kind of with this one.
So it's now what did you bring up earlier? Marsala or Madeira?
Marsala?
Yeah. Marsala definitely brings a more vegetal type component to a whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind it because it kind of takes me back to growing up and being in my grandfather's garden almost. But also with like this inherent sweetness to it. And I think this gives you some of that, but I think this is definitely on the sweeter side than that. Yeah, the funky rhubarb, big dog. That's right.
I just went and looked. 96 bottles of this will be available. To me, this is an absolute steal.
Mm-hmm.
$255 for a 25-year-old with that Sauterne finish is. Did we add water?
No, I haven't had water yet. I've been enjoying too much as it is.
I know.
I don't want the water to kill the funk.
I don't think it will.
All right.
I don't think it will. Yeah, if you've had Sauterne finish and you've liked it in the past, you'll like this one. If you like Campbelltown whiskeys, you'll like this one. I think this isn't Campbelltown, but I'm saying the funkiness of that Sauterne influence.
Yeah.
It's creating a little bit of almost a Campbelltown funk. You just get some of that dank basement, just a little bit of sulfur, I think, maybe from the Sauterne, but delicious.
I could definitely see the funk. What were you saying? The sulfur a little bit for sure.
Yeah. Which I don't know if they even use sulfur with Sauterne barriques like they do sherry.
Oh wow, the water made it sweeter.
Yeah,
it really did. I think it brought out more. I get way more of the sweet one. There's like a grapiness now to it with the water.
Yeah, I'd agree there.
The Sauterne is it's coming out to party a little bit.
Red grape.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think I'm getting more white grape.
More white grape.
Mm-hmm.
I would say red, but I can see white.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. The funk is still there. I didn't lose it. So I'm still happy. And it brought out a little sweetness to it too.
I don't notice I don't think I get any more or any different notes with water.
No, I don't think so either. I think it just brought the sweetness out a little further. That's it for me.
I think it's helping with the finish, though. It might be helping some of that 25-year-old oak tannin kind of hold on and just drag the finish out a little bit longer.
It's not as drying with the water.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was a little bit drying on the finish with that ultra age to it, and the water kind of helped out a little bit. I mean, it was just literally 2 drops of water. It wasn't even a lot. Monk is cool music, but not whiskey.
Well, I don't know. I just added a second drop of water,
and
that finish is killer. I mean, it's really. I think that's letting. You're starting to get more of that 25 years now with a little bit of water added into it. I think it's opening up those oak tannins, but still everything else is there. The funk, the sweet.
Yep.
All the spiciness.
I mean, that's just going to get better as it opens up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, jeez. That's good. I might order a second bottle of that one, honestly. That's really good. All right, so we're moving to we're getting into the coastals, right? The peaties.
Yep, the green labels. Everybody likes to see the green labels.
The green labels, and we brought up Campbelltown earlier.
So let's start. We'll start. How about with we've got 2 green labels to do.
That's right.
First is from Campbelltown. Cask 93.170.
Yes.
Mermaid Karate.
So this is one of my personal favorite distilleries that you guys release. And also, this is one of my favorite names ever because I just picture a mermaid just freaking karate chopping a fin, a guy in like the neck, like.
Yeah, I picture SpongeBob because there was an episode of SpongeBob where he was doing karate.
Karate.
Cask type, first fill, ex-bourbon barrel, 58.6% ABV. And it's time to taste it.
Let's get it. There you go. Mermaid Karate. There it is. Oh, yeah. What was the ABV on this? Oh, 58.6. Nice. First fill, ex-bourbon, Campbelltown. Distilled 16th of March, 2012. Deborah C. Deborah C has a good question. How does this compare to an Isla?
Hold on just a second. Let me get in there. So 90% of, well, okay, when most people think of peated whiskeys, they think of Isla.
Mm-hmm.
And probably 90% of the whiskeys that come off of Isla are peated. You do have Highland peats, you do have Speyside peats.
They're just less prevalent as they would be from Isla.
I think Isla can do some heavier peats.
Mm-hmm.
They do some lighter peats, but then usually your Speyside, your Highlands, if they're using peat from the region, those peats, the peat from Isla tastes different than the peat in the Highland does. Different plants have died over the years and compacted, and it's creating that peat bog. And so your northern Highlands up into the Orkney Islands, you get that heathered peat, a little bit more honeyed, sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a Speyside and a Highland peat, I think, right now on the site, and they're both phenomenal. They're both really good whiskeys. And they're both in our medium peated category. We've got lightly peated, and heavily peated, and both the Speyside and the Highland are in the same category as this 93 right here, our peated category. So
yeah, Highland peat is kind of what got me hooked on peat to try the heavier peated stuff as I was starting to drink Scotch, 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was. So. Like when I was drinking, Highland Park and some of those, and like you said, that heathery, more like the orange forward type peat, I was really enjoying that. But the more I drank it, the more I wanted, and then I got into the Islas, and then obviously discovered Campbelltown, which is still peated, but there's an extra layer of, they call it the Campbelltown Funk, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it just has like this layer of something else on it.
So Deborah asked, a kind of a follow-up. She says, maybe the better question is, how does this compare to Lagavulin 16 as an example?
Different type of peat.
Different type, but probably, overall the same, probably maybe the same level of peat on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
But you're looking at cask strength here as well, 58.6%. Lagavulin 16 is 43%, maybe 45.
Yep.
But yeah, let's get in and see.
Yeah.
I do know Lagavulin 16 though too also has a very slight, or some of the casks that they use are sherry influenced. So none of that here. You're just looking at straight ex-bourbon.
Yeah, it's a straight ex-bourbon.
First fill ex-bourbon barrel here. And you can see it in the color.
Mm-hmm.
Just that ex-bourbon barrel. You just get that golden hue, that yellowish clear.
And this one also has a nice little haze to it.
Not as much as that. Which one was it?
That was the
11 year.
The 11 year had a deep haze to it.
So I had a nice citrus sweet peat.
Yeah, I'm getting lemon bar on this all day long. A lot of lemon,
sugar, powdered sugars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that lemon bar just freaking coated with powdered sugar.
With a graham cracker crust, and it's been in the smoker.
All right, I'm ordering lemon bars right now. Where do I go to get those? Oh man, yeah, graham cracker. That's a good call, man. It just keeps coming out. Like Teddy Graham's graham crackers. These are just all these whiskeys that I'm bringing back to my childhood. Crayola,
Good.
Teddy Grahams, Play-Doh.
Sweet. Really, though, kind of the citrus and the sweetness jumps out at me with kind of the peat being a little in the background on the nose.
Yeah, the lemon and the orange zest I'm getting in this are really taking over. The peat's very light, at least for the moment, on the nose. Mermaid Karate. A little bit of saltiness there, not much though.
Let's get in on the palate.
All right, here we go. Ooh, oh. Yeah, there's the peat.
Yeah. Oh my. Dry cigarette ashtray.
Man, but there is I gotta have another sip of that before I can describe what I just tasted.
Citrus sweetnesses, think the lemons, even think apples and pears again, more the kind of the stoned fruits, lighter, powdered sugar sweetness, and peat. Cigarette ashes.
This is gonna be a weird description. It's almost like a dessert cigarette. It's like picture a cigarette in the beginning, like the first third of the cigarette, you get like that ashy, like the cigarette, the smoke, but then you hit that middle part, then there's like sweet all in the middle, and then it finishes again the last third of it just with more of the smoke and the sugar, and oh man, that's a really unique just journey on the palate for me.
Yeah,
because it's so smoky and ashy up front, like you said. But man, when it hits you with the sweet all of a sudden, it's strong.
I just got a hint of something else. Smoked something. I couldn't quite grab it, but hopefully that'll return.
Man, I'm getting like is that like smoked ham? What is that? Like a honeyed ham.
I was thinking smoked ham, but I almost feel like I used that too much. I was trying to think of something else, but
yeah, it's like a honey ham because there's a lot of sweetness to it, like an apricot tangerine glaze on like a smoked ham.
Oh,
Scott's like, shut up, you're making me hungry. Warren Buff. No, not those. I know why you would think of the clove cigarettes, but no, it's not that.
Robert Anderson says, greetings from the Chicago Outturn Preview Tasting.
Hey, what's up, Robert? Oh, man.
Yeah, Christopher David says, I don't get a lot of peat at all from 93s, maybe a little, but not compared to an Isla. This one is heavier, more heavy peated.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris, you might get more of there's obviously a little bit more peat punch on this one.
This is still probably so we've got the lightly peated, and heavily peated. This one's probably still more on the lighter end of that peated category. Definitely above lightly peated, but the next one we're going to do is a 10-year Isla in the peated category. The same. I think the peat's a little bit more present in it than this one. But like I say, it's not a light peat here. It's more of a mid-level peat. Definite balance with that sweetness, these fruits, and a little bit of leather. I just got there, smoked, dried leather. Maybe that's what I got earlier.
Maybe.
Not that I've ever chewed on smoked dried leather, but
don't lie. I just got chocolate right up front.
Dark chocolate?
Dark chocolate.
A little bitter?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
I can see that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, then it gets a little punch of that. Again, like you said, the lemon bar, the citrus fruits. But man, all just overlaid with just a ton of smoke. But again, it's not a harsh, heavily peated experience at all. It's somewhere between like delicate and kind of just, mildly peated. It's not. I wouldn't say this would like I say, I wouldn't compare this to like an Ardbeg or anything like that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
No, very nice. But and I think I agree. I've had some 93s before that have been very lightly peated, kind of hints of peat. This one is definitely a notch or two up from there, but still, I think on that lighter end of that peated category. But it's definitely here. It's more present than it has been in other 93s. It's probably the heaviest peated 93 that I've had.
Man, it's just getting sweeter and sweeter too in the glass. Every time I go back to the nose, it's a little bit sweeter. Did you add any water to it?
I had a drop. I'm just going to add a little bit more.
All right.
Just see what happens.
What's water doing it to it for you? 3 drops here.
I didn't notice too much of a difference with the first drop at all. So.
It's just on the nose. It's just bringing out way more powdered sugar to me. Ooh, man, is that sweet on the nose. It definitely belies the palate because the palate, so
yeah,
it just punches you with that really nice, that sweet peat.
I'm not getting too much of a difference on the nose.
Yeah. I think the palate's different to me. It mellowed it out a little bit, which it's okay, but I liked it better without the water.
Yeah, it's very good, neat, and I think the peat. I expected the peat to diminish with water. I don't know that it has. All the other sweetnesses and the fruits have smoothed out.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not. I like the direct flavors I was getting without water, and now it's kind of melded it all together.
Yeah.
It's like someone took all those flavors, threw it in a blender, and said, "Okay, here you go."
Robert Anderson, who's tuning in from the Chicago tasting, says that he just tried the Mermaid Karate and it's fantastic.
Yep.
Mermaid Karate.
I just got a orange melon on this, like a cantaloupe.
Oh yeah, okay.
Man, this thing's all over the place. It's really good.
Cameron Lochner says the types of peat are different as well, with 93 being that ashy peat versus Isla being more earthy barbecue peat, in my opinion. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I would agree.
And the peat on this one right at first to me was just like that cigarette ash, ashtray peat.
Yeah, but it's gotten sweeter as it's opened up, though. I wouldn't say it's like a tangy barbecue like peat, but it's more of a smoky like powdered sugar thing.
That's why I was trying to think if I was getting smoked ham or not, which I usually do. I don't know if that was necessarily. I think it's more that smoked leather.
Yep. Oh, you're welcome, Nate. Yeah, Talisker is one of my favorite distilleries I've been sipping on. Yeah, smoky nose and the palate on it. I just got like that salted, like butterscotch note on Talisker, and I absolutely love it.
I say, hey, Jenna is tuning in from Miami. Whiskey a Go Girl. I had many folks think this was an Isla tonight. Very nice.
Yeah, totally see that. Hello, Jenna. Is this the full list being released tomorrow? That's a good question for Scott.
We're moving on to our 6th whiskey. There's 12 that's being released tomorrow. When we're done here, I've got this chart I'll pull up and show everybody everything that's coming out tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So moving on to our last bottle, though. Let's go.
Yep.
Jason, I'll let you introduce this one.
All right. So this is phenomenal. 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 We got a 10-year phenomenal cask number 53.386 region. This is an Isla, so it'll be kind of cool to do a little bit of comparison here. This is all refill ex-bourbon hogshead, 10 years old, 59.4% ABV. This is peated, and let's see, price on this one, we're looking at 135. So
yeah, I don't know if we said on Mermaid Karate it'll be 125, which is a steal.
there you go. Yeah, so this is 53, which is another. I mean, we told you guys there are some amazing releases in this Outturn, so I know a lot of people are big fans of 53, and here it comes. We get the color up here. Show you guys. Nice light.
Oh yeah,
Nice light color.
yep.
Very rich.
And that's really what I'd say, just kind of a standard color for a 10-year Isla out of an ex-bourbon cask.
Yep.
And actually a refill ex-bourbon hogshead on this one. So this is the third round of whiskey to be through that cask. So even less wood influence going on here.
Buying ban broken. Just everybody. That's it. That's all everyone had to hear was that cask 53, and I get it. Oh man.
You talked about dusty bourbon. I just got a smoky, dusty citrus.
Dude, I got butter on
Butter.
this.
Smoked butter.
Smoked butter.
Parquet.
Parquet. Oh my god, I haven't heard that in a long time. Oh yeah, I'm totally getting the citrus on this too. But man,
it's a little bit more. I mean, I want to say like down to earth compared to the 93 that we just did. 93, there was a lot more citrus, a lot more sweet.
This is more earthy. This is more earthy and getting into that nutty profile here.
Yeah,
that I'm getting.
Yeah, definitely doesn't have the vanillas, the citruses, the sweetness showing on the nose.
Yeah, at least on the nose quite yet. But I love the nutty characteristic to this. It's got more of a caramel heft to it.
Daniel H says that Distillery 53 is phenomenal when they don't release it themselves.
Okay.
Their bottles are pretty good. I mean, their core range bottles are good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Let's try it, man. Here we go.
Yep.
Oh, holy hell.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Yeah. Earthy peat.
Earthy peat.
Yeah. It doesn't have near the citrus, near the sweetness, near the vanillas of the 93.
Mm-hmm.
This is salty.
Yeah, this is earthy. A salty seaweed monster.
There you go. Seaweed. Yeah. Meaty, savory.
Mm-hmm.
Peat.
It almost has like a rye whiskey, like black licorice thing going on to it to me. I'm very sensitive to black licorice flavors, so man.
Good or bad?
This one isn't bad because I can take, like when I cook, I'll use like star anise and I'll use maybe some fennel, which is more of a natural licorice type tasting, instead of like the artificial black licorice. I can't take it because it's so strong and potent. It kind of ruins it for me. Ooh.
You know, I was trying to think how to phrase this now, or how to describe this. I just got horse sweat. Have you ever ridden a horse in the summertime? It's kind of a combination of the dirt, the horse sweat, and the leather.
Well, that just makes me want to run out and buy the shit out of this.
From the saddle. I literally just felt like I was riding on a horse in the summertime. It's just that the smell of the sweaty horse with the leather saddle and dust blowing.
Yeah, this is one of the most leathery whiskeys I've ever had. There's a strong leather, like When I used to have my motorcycle, and I used to go like in the store where they have like the motorcycle jackets and shit. That's what this like. That smell is what I'm getting on the palate. Greg, what?
What? I got to mark that down. Horse sweat.
Yeah. Horse sweat. I didn't
realize a combination.
I didn't realize it's a horse's sweat.
Oh yeah.
The more I sip this, more of like that sweet, tangy barbecue notes coming out with that smoke. But yeah, man, it's the seaweed, the saltiness. I'm still getting that parquet butter note on here though too.
Parquet. More so to me, not smoked ham here. This is more like smoked seafood, like maybe even smoked shrimp or smoked lobster.
Yeah, or even like if you just smoke the shell of a lobster.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Really two different peated whiskeys here. You know, both peated category. One from Campbelltown, one from Isla, and just
the Mermaid
different, but
this is the Mermaid Karate, and it couldn't be more different. So Deborah was asking earlier about the differences here. I mean, the Mermaid Karate from this point is more of the sweeter, mellow peat, at least in this bottle, whereas the Phenomenal here is just all ashy, smoky, earthy, leathery goodness.
Daniel H has it there.
Your horse sweat.
It's kind of like a strawberry rhubarb pie. That's kind of unique. So is horse sweat.
Yeah, I mean, if there's not a society bottle named horse sweat soon, I call shenanigans. Dude, that's delicious.
What did you think? What did you think going back to 93?
Yeah, I'm gonna sip 93 now because I have a feeling 93 is gonna come off so insanely sweet now.
It does on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a caramel, milk chocolate caramel on the nose now. I didn't get before from that 93 after it's been sitting out.
Mermaid Karate turned into pure like creme brulee, vanilla custard caramel, drizzled like caramel butterscotch ice cream. Mermaid Karate with like a little bit of smoke to it. I mean, but coming off of this though.
Yeah.
Coming off of the Phenomenal.
Both great, just depends on what you like. Like you say, the 93 is definitely sweeter, lighter. The 53 is more earthy, more Isla, more sea, seafront.
Horse sweat sounds like an SMWS limited edition cologne. Works 60% of the time, every time. Sign me up. I like that. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to get something peated here, in your Outturn tomorrow, yeah, if you want a little bit of a sweeter, more of a mellower peat, go with the Mermaid Karate. But if you like that harsh seaweed, man, real like earthy smoke, a little bit of nutty characteristic to it, man, the Phenomenal is all about that.
You know what I just realized though is that 93 being from Campbelltown, usually there's that Campbelltown funk that you'll get.
I don't get it on that one.
That's what I just realized. I wasn't getting any funk.
I wasn't getting any of the funk on the Mermaid Karate.
No, And I don't know that blind I would ever guess or think that was from Campbelltown.
Well, I mean, going back to what Jenna said, a lot of people thought the Mermaid Karate was an Isla.
Yeah.
So, and that makes sense. Yeah, that was kind of like that sweet peat in some areas there. And what I think is really interesting is that both of these, well, the Mermaid Karate's first fill X bourbon, which could explain a lot of the sweetness.
Sweeter. Yeah, that's true.
And then the Phenomenal 10. I mean, this is a refill, so you're looking at, what you say, maybe the third time for this. So it's more spirit forward on this one a little bit.
Thanks, Bill. I see the Whiskey Dictionary tuning in.
What's up, Bill?
Robert Anderson, who's at the tasting, said he pulled a "Please, sir, may I have another?" with the 93 at tonight's tasting.
Yeah, the 93 to me has a little bit more depth of flavor to it. This is just a complete smoke monster. But if you like that, man.
KLG223 is Kim. She's asking, I may have missed it, but how does this 53 compare to the one currently available? I don't even remember which one is still up on the site. An Indulgent Seaside Feast, I bet you. I don't know. I'd have to go side by side with those to see how it compares. I tease Kim because she calls up and orders whiskey on the phone. I'll talk to her and she'll be like, you said you hadn't had Distillery 68 the other night, and you had that back in January. I'm like, what? No, I haven't. She'll be like, yeah, it was this one was. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. She's my whiskey guardian.
Yeah, the whiskey guardian. Oh man.
I need to keep a list, though. She says that happened one time.
That happened one time. One time, Scott.
I do need to. I want to make a chart, though, and track. I do need to do that and go, which ones I've had and which ones I haven't had.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm pretty sharp. Sometimes, yeah.
Hey, listen, everybody has a brain fart every now and again.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I'm not sure which one. I really enjoyed the tonight when it comes to like my personal favorites. That 7-year. I mean, if we go back to the one that we tried, the 7-year, the first one, that's an impressive bottle for a 7-year. I thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
That colorful and flavorful, man. That brought me back.
Yeah.
That one was really good. The Eastern Coastlines, that 17-year, the 26, that might have been my favorite tonight. And the Rara Avis and the Mermaid Karate are probably right there with it. Those are probably my top 3.
Yeah, I mean, this was a good lineup for us to do.
Yeah, this is a really good lineup.
While we're here, let's go show.
What's up, Bird Dog? So you're going to show the rest of the releases?
Yep, that's what I'm doing right now.
All right, what do we got? What do we got? I haven't seen these guys yet, so I'm just as excited as you are here to see these.
There we go.
All right, what do we got?
Are they showing?
Nope.
Oh, they're not?
Nope. I don't see them.
Oh,
are you trying to?
I got an error message trying to share it.
Are you trying to share your screen or put up a graphic?
Share my screen.
Oh, okay.
Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen.
Well, you gotta go in and give permissions back.
Oh, well.
What you could do is you could take a screenshot of the image of the screen, like open it up on your computer, take a screenshot.
That's what I've got.
And then you could just upload that as a graphic to StreamYard directly.
Oh, I got you.
Yep.
Under brand.
There you go.
Let me go to overlay, logo.
Overlay.
Add. Here we go. Give me a second.
You got it.
Jason, we'll keep you entertained.
Yeah, I'm going back into Cash 26 here. This 17-year. Oh my God. Oh, I love that.
Well, there it is.
What was the one with the funk that we had earlier? That was the...
That's the Outturn, the 25-year, the rare.
Yeah, that's what it was, yeah. Yeah, the 25-year. Yeah, there you go.
Good idea.
There you go.
You can kind of see us.
Hi there. Hi, Scotty. Hi, buddy.
Let me see if I got all 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, that's all 12 bottles. At 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow will be released.
All right, so Sculpture Garden, that's one we didn't try tonight. That's cask 79.
79.5, spicy and dry.
That's a nice cask. We had Colorful and Flavorful tonight, right? Yep. We had the Rare Avis, Eastern Coastlines. Yep. Journey to the Back of the Cupboard. I like that name. That's kind of cool.
A 7-year-old first fill barrel Highland, young and sprightly.
Good distillery.
See, that's what I was going to say with the 7-year-old that we did tonight, right here, big bumper bag of buttons, is that a lot of the 7-year-olds will come out in this young and sprightly flavor profile. That one being in the juicy oak and vanilla was really fitting, and it had, I think, over some of the other 7-year-olds that we've had kind of had those different notes and different palette going on for sure.
The Abundance of Hidden Delights. That's a cask I've never had before. Is that a vault or no? It's not a vault release, is it?
That's just Old and Dignified.
Okay.
Yep. 25-year-old from a second fill barrel Speyside.
Yeah.
And Table Talk Dram.
Yep.
We did not do that one. Look at that one tonight. 8-year-old Speyside, spicy and sweet. 48.129. Happy Memories. A 17-year-old first fill barrel Speyside, juicy oak and vanilla.
Yeah, I might have to grab that cask 79 to kind of complete this amazing collection we had tonight. And then Fresh Frolicking Fun, which is cask 72, Speyside Lossy.
13-year-old first fill barrel Speyside, spicy and sweet. Yep.
Dude, that's a hell of a lineup launching tomorrow, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Dude, Scott, what can I tell you, man? Thank you so much. This was I want to thank SMWS for sharing these bottles tonight, because this is a great lineup. I got to tell you, one of the better ones I've seen in a while. So
yeah, you bet. Yep. And thank you for joining me. Thanks to everybody that watched. Appreciate it. Watch tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time for this Outturn to be released. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, anybody that's on a buying ban, you better lift that stuff. I'm just saying. Open the gates.
Horse sweat.
Horse sweat coming at you.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching. And until next time, see you later.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Jason.